Hello, you beautiful earth babies. Okay, so did you miss me? I totally missed you guys too. So let's go ahead. I want to just, I know I've been MIA for a little bit, but I have been going through some stuff myself, and so I just really wanted to take some time to go ahead and do the August video from now until the end of the month. That way I can use that time, that gap, to finish up the things that I need to get done, because I would like to get back to my weeklies now starting in September. Anyway, so let's rock star. So we have the first card out is Make a Change. Welcome change into your life. So again, it's all the beautiful colors, being focused. To me, it's like just allowing the universe to just fill you up from head to toe in alignment, right? So that one is beautiful. So we're making those changes, stepping into journey, right? Allowing ourselves to just see the beauty and the pleasures. We work so hard to get here at this point, and so we're really just allowing ourselves to enjoy it, to feel it, right? The second card out was Accepting Challenges, Trust Your Inner Resources. So it's like, we're making all these changes and going through all these changes in our emotions, in our truth, being focused, trying to keep ourselves grounded, right? And then we're just, again, it's like sitting back and just allowing the universe. And that's kind of how I felt it in this card. It's like such a peaceful feeling. Like I feel like I can put my sword down, right? And just kind of walk in my journey as I see it, right? As the universe is just kind of like gliding us into it, right? It's like pulling all the shitty shit we've been 222, amen. All the shitty shit that we've been going through, it's like just pulling us out, and again, just giving us that beauty, right? Allowing us to go through that next path, that next step, that next portal. Because then we have the dawn of love. Love is rising on the horizon of your life, right? And again, this is definitely very earthy. And if you put it together with this one, it's like this one is on the side here. Right? All the colors are of our emotions, right? Being focused on that deep dive of these changes that we're trying to make. And allowing ourselves to like dig. To me, this is like digging down into the darkest part of our emotions and finally seeing the light, right? There's trees, keeping ourselves grounded. Again, there's that gold, there's that abundance. Bye, Nala. So again, so it's like this spiral that we've been going through, right? Because we said, okay, fine, we'll accept the challenge. We'll go deep, doing that deep dive into our emotions, and be focused on that. So we can understand that we are going beyond the ego. Surrendering to the flow of life. And see, and that's exactly how I felt it. It was like just allowing the universe to take all this shitty shit that we've been dealing with and allowing us to open that heart chakra. Beautiful, beautiful heart chakra. Lots of green heart chakra here. Being focused, right? And again, this is like that sun. We had to go through all these things first, right, to get to the bottom here, to get to our happiness, to understand what it is as a collective that we are trying to break, which was those ancestral patterns, right? Because this free will, get out of your cocoon. So it's like, again, it's like we went and balanced our emotions, got ourselves all together here, right? And now it's like there's this little person flying, right? It's like doing that deep dive. That's how I feel it. It's like doing that deep dive into your emotions and allowing yourself in that solar chakra, in that heart chakra, right? It's allowing the universe to just kind of glide us into our happiness, right? Just allowing the flow to go. It's so subtle, it's hard to see, but this is, it's like, see, it's like this lady here, this flowy being, just allowing the universe and just being happy. That's what this is here, right? It's like a challenge accepted, right? So now the universe has done all this work to get us where we need to be, and it's like just sitting there in our open heart chakra, right? Just allowing ourselves to feel love, right? Starting all over with new emotions, right? Learning how to silence the mind, which is very impossible for Earth babies, for sure. But again, it's like once we silence that mind, there's all this, it's like communication, listening to your intuition, right? Because if you're cluttering your mind, you're not going to be able to see the signs and the synchronicities that the universe is showing us on a daily basis, right? Making us very well aware of the patterns that we've been dealing with, the cycles that we need to break in order to get to that dawn of love, right? Keeping ourselves grounded, allowing ourselves to just feel. And I know I say I don't feel all the time, but I don't know if you guys have noticed, like I noticed, every time I keep saying that, Spirit puts me on a timeout and makes me feel shit, and then it really just kind of sets me in this spin of, I didn't want to do that, but fine, now it's like, all right, we've surrendered. Do your best. Let's get this done and over with, right? Because I'm ready to begin my next journey. I'm tired of sitting stagnant at this point in time of my life to figure out what is happening, right? So it's really allowing yourself to just free fall and just kind of dive into those emotions to get the information that we need, because in order to get that information, we have to work on ourselves first, right? So let's go ahead and try to get our story here with what is going to take place for the Earth babies from now until the end of August. What can we look forward to for the Earth babies? What is our goal here in this determination? What is the challenge that we're accepting? Where do we see this going, right? Because we're taking that free fall into those emotions. Lord, help us. So let's see what Spirit's got to say. Well, straight out of the gate, we have the Queen of Cups, right? There's all that love, that emotion, learning how to get out of ego, right? So then that takes us to our Queen of Cups energy, which is allowing us to be in our emotions and really visualize and see where this journey is going to take us. And I do believe that that's why we just said, fuck it, I'm tired of tower moments. Let's just dive right in and get it done. So that puts you in your Queen. And then we have an Emperor energy, right? So it's like masculine and feminine energies working together in that balance of what is going on, right? Opening that heart chakra, being grounded within ourselves. Again, making sure that we are going beyond our ego, because again, we need to see it, to be it, to build it, right? Starting out building strong foundations from the get-go, so we'll stop getting these tower moments and stop repeating these karmic cycles that we've been trying to break, right? Which, bam, beautiful Earth babies, that gives us victory, right? Victory in accepting the challenge. We were like, okay, fine, we'll deep dive into these emotions, we'll get it taken care of and see where we are. And then we just stayed in our Queen of Hearts, right? Making sure that we are using more heart than we are using ego, because if it doesn't feel good, I don't think at this point for the Earth babies If it doesn't feel good, we don't want it. If it's not going to add value to our life, we don't want it. Because we've spent most of our time, most of our energy, most of our life pleasing other people, right? Trying to make sure everybody else is taken care of, that we've always just kind of put ourselves on the back burner. And for that takes more energy for us to keep giving, and then not having that reciprocated back to us, right? Because we can't always be a giver, right? We just can't. Because then when it's not reciprocated, we're left drained, emotionally wondering what's going on, because I'm giving and giving and giving, and why am I not getting this back in return? Well, Earth babies, we kind of broke that cycle by doing that deep dive, and the fact of the matter is it needs to be reciprocated. We will give, but we also have to have boundaries, right? Not allowing people to just kind of step in and keep taking from us, and then us not saying anything, right? And that's exactly why I feel like we got silencing the mind, because we had to learn that because we are givers and we keep our head down and we just do and do and do for everybody, that is not what we are here for. We have a bigger purpose, a higher calling. Yeah, see, because then we got the Page of Pentacles, and then we also got the Page of Cups. And again, this is us learning how to be nurturing within ourselves first, right? These are all new, brand new emotions, Earth babies, because we really tend to not feel. Right? We tend to put our feelings on the back burner so we can make sure that everybody else is taken care of and everybody else feels good, right? Well, surprise. Now that we've opened that heart chakra, we are starting to understand that it is about self-nurturing, right? Making sure that we are also putting ourselves first in our emotions and our feelings, speaking on that, because otherwise we're being left drained, and then people just keep coming back and taking, because that's what they assume that we are going to keep letting them do, which is not the case, and that's exactly why we also have victory, right? Because underneath that silencing the mind card was also determination. Perseverance leads to fortune, right? So again, your abundance, being determined to silence that mind, to move forward in love, to make all decisions based on our heart chakra from this moment forward, right? Because if it doesn't feel good, again, we don't want no part of that. Not today, not tomorrow, not for our future. We give so much and are so loyal, especially to the people that have shit on us, which is, you know, it is what it is. But now we see the patterns. That's why we accepted the challenge. That's why we got out of ego, and that's why we stepped into emotions, which was brilliant, because that puts us in, again, our Queen of Cups, that emotional state of being, right? Just being. 1333, amen. Which is allowing that Emperor masculine energy to be, right? It's opening that doorway of balance, right? To be able to see what it is that our journey is, right? We've been just lost for so long that it's really hard sometimes when we start, especially with COVID, because it's hard to get that adult conversation that we need. Those people that we can, you know, be able to move forward and talk with, right? The world has just been so upside down lately. And you've been dealing with heartbreak, right? So it's like she's trying to pull the sword out of dealing with that heartbreak. You know, this is the time to go through that transformation, right? Because this is the time. I know that a lot of us are going through divorce, myself included here. I'm in part of that divorce category here. Packing, trying to learn how to be, just a different being without the everyday fighting, without the everyday bullshit, right? Running around trying to make everybody else happy when we have to wear a smile all the time, when actually we've been dealing with some really shitty shit, right? And it has been very hard to put ourselves in that heart chakra while you're dealing with these unforeseen circumstances, right? There's breakups, shakeups. This is the energy and the time right now that everybody is just really trying to clear their path and start over. Exactly, it's like freeing yourself, right? Releasing yourself, coming out of your cocoon, your cave, right? You know, that's why it took me quite some time to actually be ready to start making videos again, because I was really wanting to be in my emotions and see what my fires, my passions, and my desires were, right? I've been living for everybody else my whole damn life. That now that I'm in a phase of my life where now I just don't give a shit, and I don't want anybody telling me what the fuck I'm supposed to do or be, because I've lived my life for them, and I'm done, right? And I'm trying to free myself of everybody else's expectations, learning how to use my gifts, step into my path, right? Learning how to silence my mind and stop doing all the fucking heavy work all the time, and then just allowing people to just step in after I've already done all the work and try to complicate my life more, right? Right. So again, we have make a change, bam. So Earth babies, we've got, you know, the changes are coming in here, right? It's like once you walk through and have experienced where your passions, your fires, and your desires are going to take you, here's the movement right here, right? Your truth. It's like Cupid's arrow is like, all right, you're done, and let's send out that warning shot. And let's get you on the path that you need to do, because there is nothing more that I can do to make my path go faster or slower, right? So it's really just allowing the High Priestess, again, quieting the mind and understanding what our higher selves are asking us to do. Oh, I just got the goosies. It's allowing us to step into journey and follow our intuition, right? Where our higher self is leading us, because they are clearing the path, because we did accept the challenge. And so it's like, Spirit's like, what? Good job. There's victory. So keep going forward, right? Allowing people to use their own free will, and that includes us using our free will, because we were in the hanged man position for quite some time. I know for me it was about 2 months, but again, you know, dealing with shitty shit, it's really hard to deal with shitty shit. And then just be okay with that, right? So again, it took me quite some time to actually hide myself, to shelter myself, and get that wisdom, right? That different perspective of where I wanted my life to be, because again, we want to make sure that we're not turning around and grabbing the karmic cycles and the shitty shit that we just got ourselves out of, and put that shit back on our back and then keep moving forward in our journey, because then it's going to weigh us down. And then we're going to get back into those triggers again, where then you have to learn again how to reevaluate your path, where you're trying to go, what it is that you needed to learn in the lesson. Yeah, see, it's like walking through the fire. Right, taking your power back, allowing yourself to feel, my hands just got really hot, allowing yourself to feel and work work through this destruction. This is the Tower card in this deck. And so, again, we took that time out to prepare ourselves, to get ready for taking our power back. Wow, I really resonate with this, you guys. I have 2 children. Well, I'm raising my granddaughter, and then I have my daughter. So it's like walking that path and bringing your fires, passions, and desires alive by taking your power back. Because you've moved out of these choppy waters, right? Now you're ready for that peace in your life, right? That transformation, and the butterflies in this one are white, so it's that transformation of that spiritual journey, right? The next level. It's like we've worked so hard that it's really time for us to just really enjoy where we are at this time and move forward to where we're going in our abundance, because we deserve it, and we need to know that. It's really it's really hard when you're closing out karmic cycles and your heart is broken, and you have to make changes, and you have to be in your emotions, and you have to be happy and use law of attraction, and then you gotta, you know, allow people to fall out of your life that aren't supposed to be there, and sometimes that is really freaking tough. Yeah, it is. So I understand that energy. But I also know that this week I have been working with a lot of beautiful women that have come into me, and I've noticed that I'm not the only one that's trying to break these abusive patterns that we've had since childhood, right? And that takes a lot of work, and that really does take the energy for us to do the deep dive and go all the way back to childhood, so we can learn where this started, so we could see where that is in our timeline in today's date, to be able to see that shit that we've just been waiting in, and allowing ourselves to just kind of flow in it, like this is all there is to life. Well, this doesn't make me want to go forward. 2222, amen. So we really had to get down to the nitty gritty of where we have been, so we can allow ourselves to see and move forward, because now we have, again, now we have the Page of Swords, right? And see, it's putting that sword down. We're standing here in our truth because we've been going through transformation of our emotions, right? Keeping ourselves grounded. But see, our sword is down. We've been really learning how to have patience for the collectives, for ourselves, for our path, for the energy that we're putting out, for the energy that we're receiving, and start to really distinguish how that is playing a role in our everyday life, right? I don't know about you guys, but I'm really over all of it. I just want to live a happy, peaceful, abundant, beautiful life, right? Nothing fancy, nothing, no bullshit. I just want happiness, right? I've been fighting so hard and being everybody else's biggest cheerleader that sometimes I forget that I am just as lovable and just as worthy of the abundance that's coming in for myself as well. So again, remembering that we are beautiful and that we are worthy, and that we should not keep lowering our vibration or our standards, or letting people keep crossing the line that we put there for a reason, because it's a freaking boundary, and then, you know, it's like people just want to keep dipping over the line, just stick their toe in it to see. And it's being able to allow the universe to take that shit out, so you can move forward. And that's exactly what what we're doing here, right? Because we're moving out of all this shitty shit, and we want to go to safer, calmer waters, because we're done. We're tired of these tower moments that come in and break us, right? So learning that these tower moments are coming in for a reason was a hard thing for us to learn, but we've done that. And so congratulations, right? What? We did it. And so we should be proud of ourselves, because each step that we make up the ladder is a higher vibration, which allows us to start attracting and drawing in the right kind of people. And then we have the hermit energy, which is our energy here, right? So it's allowing us to be able to teach the collectives as well as the collectives teaching me. And that's how I have been seeing this over the last couple of months, that I've been really dealing with a lot of beautiful women, right? And us as collectives, the women have really been through the ringer. And that's made me very frustrated, and seeing how many broken, beautiful women who really deserve to be treated like queens are out in this world and at the hands of a man in ego. And so that has made me want to fight even harder with that determination to help build and raise and rise for the queens, right? To be that prime example of, yeah, no, we're not going to take that shit, right? It's like putting your crown on. I tell all the women that I do readings for, or even just talking to now on a personal level, because I've got such a beautiful friendship with every collective that's on my site. You know, I'm always telling you guys, put your crown on, right? Put your crown on, because the more you put your crown on, it allows you to see life differently, right? Because you are the queen and the builder of your own empire, right? And so allowing yourself to see that and build it from scratch, what you want in your life, what's going to make you feel good, right? Instead of allowing that stagnant energy to really just eat us alive. Yeah, because then again, now we step into the Queen of Wands. So not only are we in my ears ringing, like, really loud. So not only are we in our Queen of Cups and our heart chakra energy, but we are also in the Queen of Wands energy, right? Chasing those fires, those passions, and those desires again, now that we have made it through the fire, right? It's continuing that journey. So let's see where, yeah, see, and we're going to end it. So the overall energy here is the Ace of Swords energy, right? So this has given us clarity through this transformation. This has put an end to the bullshit that we have been allowing and so freely allowing in our life, because we didn't know any better. And again, it's been learning to forgive yourself for those things that you didn't see when you weren't ready. And that's why you keep rising into these new vibrations. And that's exactly why Spirit is saying, come out of the cave, right? You can't mess with anybody else's free will, just like nobody else can mess with yours. Plain and simple. So now that we've taken on that challenge, let's just, yeah, see, and again, it's like you've been praying. It's like I have done everything I can possibly do to build, to water, to seed, to grow myself, the collectives, allowing my journey to be on camera, to be on Facebook, right? To really show you guys the shitty shit that we've put ourselves through, and allowing ourselves to have that strength and determination to keep moving forward no matter what, right? Stopping throughout the journey to allow ourselves to feel where we are, because once we feel it and we release it and we let it go, then we're not going to turn around and pick that shit up and take that into new future beginnings, right? Because it took us a lot of time just to absolutely understand that we are a queen and that we are worthy of the love that we have been putting out that is to be reciprocated. 2929, amen. In between all the collectives, right? Allowing our energy to be put out there, and then if it doesn't feel good, setting those boundaries. That's good. Yeah, see, again, cutting the ties that bind, right? It's like here, which this energy was really hard, so I understand it very much so, because it's, especially for the earth babies, we don't like to put our emotions in check, but we certainly accepted the challenge and we did so. And so that was our clarity, and our reward is this new beginning. So now we are, again, we're going to end it here, making the changes, finding our happiness again, silencing our mind, allowing spirit to come in, 3030, amen, coming in and really just putting us on path and showing us that we can do everything if we keep ourselves grounded and we keep ourselves in heart chakra. If it doesn't feel good, we don't want it, and if it feels good, let's reciprocate that energy again. But it's drawing a line and saying, this is what I'm not putting up with, and the minute that shit gets broken, peace out. So I'm going to leave it there. So much peace and so big love. I love you guys so much, and I've missed you so much. So we'll try to get back into our weekly energy when in September. I would like to get back to that. I just want to use the rest of August here to close out all of our old energies, because I've got to take care of a little bit of business for myself as well, so I can continue my journey and on path. So, you know, it's going, and we did it. 3131, 3133, amen. So much peace and so big love. I will see you guys in September. Rockstar the rest of August. That's it. We're ready.